Kansas State Facts for Kids. Kansas is bordered by Nebraska to the north, Missouri to the east, Oklahoma to the south, and Colorado to the west. The state is known for its vast plains, but you may be surprised that it isn't all flatlands. In the northeast, gently rolling hills with pastures and forests can be found. This area is referred to as the dissected till plains. The land here was formed into hills and valleys by moving glaciers and wind over 400,000 years ago. The southern section of the state is the location of the southeastern plains. They include the Osage Plains, which are composed of eroded shale and limestone, and the Flint Hills, whose flint ridges stick up because flint doesn't erode as other rocks and soil tend to do. Kansas's western half is covered by the Great Plains, which rise in elevation as you continue west toward the Rocky Mountains. At least 12,200 years ago, the area that is now Kansas was first inhabited. Archaeologists are aware of this because they have discovered mammoth and other animal bones with human tool marks on them, indicating that people had hunted the animals. Native American tribes such as the Kansan, Osage, Pawnee, Kiowa, and Comanche eventually inhabited the area thousands of years later. Spanish adventurer Francisco Vázquez de Coronado arrived in the region in 1541 in search of legendary cities made of gold. He was the first European to do so. He couldn't locate any. The region was colonized by France in 1800 with the arrival of French explorers and fur traders in the 1700s. In 1803, the United States acquired this area from France, along with a lot more, and it became a U.S. territory. The Louisiana Purchase was the name given to this transaction. In 1854, tension rose when the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed, allowing residents of both Kansas and Nebraska territories to vote on whether or not to allow slavery in their states. That tension helped lead to the Civil War in 1861. Kansas became the 34th state of the Union on January 29, 1861. Topeka was established as the state's capital and it began to use the two-letter abbreviation K and S. Kansas covers a total area of 82,278 square miles, which makes it the 15th largest state in the nation. There are 105 counties across the state. The population of Kansas stands at 2.9 million residents, making it the 36th most populated state within America. The lowest point within Kansas is along the Verdigris River near the Oklahoma border and is at 679 feet. The highest elevation point in Kansas is Mount Sunflower, which raises up to 4,039 feet above sea level. One of the state's most valuable natural resources is farmland. Wheat is the state's most plentiful crop. No other U.S. state produces as much as this one does. In fact, Sumner County in Kansas has earned the nickname, Wheat Capital of the World. In a single year, Kansas produces enough wheat to bake 36 billion loaves of bread. That could feed the entire world for 2 weeks. The major industries of the state include agriculture, cattle production, energy, aviation, and mining for industrial minerals. The windiest city in the United States is Dodge City, Kansas, where the average wind speed is 14 miles per hour. Western Kansas is home to Dodge City, a name synonymous with the Santa Fe Trail. It is loaded with history and things to explore. You can still tour Fort Dodge, and you can also check out the Boot Hill Museum. This museum has a full reconstruction of Dodge City as it looked in 1876, and things like gunfight reenactments and chuckwagon dinners are all a part of the charm. The world's first Pizza Hut opened in Wichita, Kansas in 1958. 2 brothers named Dan and Frank Carney, who were students at Wichita State University, borrowed $600 from their mother to start their pizza business. Speaking of food, the very first White Castle hamburger restaurant was also opened in Wichita back in 1921. Located in the city of Hutchinson is the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center, better known as simply the Cosmosphere. This is the second largest space museum on the planet, and it is packed with fascinating attractions and exhibits. In the Cary Digital Dome Theater, you can watch movies about space exploration on a 2-story, domed screen. Kansas has an average of 61 tornadoes each year. A 1928 tornado in Kansas was so strong that it actually plucked the feathers off several chickens. You can learn all about tornadoes if you visit our channel and search for Tornado Facts for Kids. The official state tree of Kansas is the cottonwood. Cottonwoods are among the tallest and fastest growing hardwoods in North America, adding up to 7 feet in height every year, and can attain heights of over 150 feet. The sunflower is the state flower of Kansas. It is an annual flower that can be grown for the flowers or harvested for seeds used for oil or culinary purposes. The rays on the outer edge may be bright yellow, gold, orange, rust, or maroon. The official state bird of Kansas is the western meadowlark. The buoyant, flute-like melody of the western meadowlark ringing out across a field can brighten anyone's day. Meadowlarks are often more easily heard than seen unless you spot a male singing from a fence post. The official state fish is the channel catfish. Channel catfish are bottom-dwelling, opportunistic omnivores that have excellent senses of smell and taste, which they use to find food in dark and muddy waters. Though catfish have taste receptors all over their body, the highest concentration of receptors is located on the barbels, or whiskers, that surround the mouth. The state mammal is the bison, also known as the American buffalo. Bison differ in color, size, and shape from true buffaloes. Great herds of American bison once roamed North America through the Appalachian Mountains and the Colorado Rockies.
I hope you enjoy our videos. If so, please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel.